All right. Get a teammate grade of B plus or better. It's gonna be a big game.
What's up, everybody? Robbie here to talk My Team Unlimited. I am super excited to announce October 13th is the very first qualifier.
Okay.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Last outing for San Antonio, unsuccessful, coming away with a loss to the Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And we've reached the end of what was a terrific regular season. Kenny, what were some of your favorite moments?
Man, let me think about this. A few teams surprised me about being in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That was good. And a couple of rookies ready to contribute sooner than we thought. That surprised me.
I'm over the regular season.
Really?
Whole season going to.
Luck, Marcus.
Please. Enjoy your first and last game in the league, chump.
Interconference battle tonight, Brent. You could feel the change in atmosphere when you go up against a rival.
No doubt about it.
It's
and
amazing.
Not only the teams are feeling it, but there's something to the fan base
All right,
you
yeah.
understand. Oh, these guys. I don't care if we win another game. We want to win
But
this game
one,
tonight.
Yeah. That's important.
Oh, come on. That's not a
All
defensive
fueled up
breakdown.
and ready
Get
to
outta
go.
here.
Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Green is out there with Young. And it's Anderson in at the 3. AI from long range. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Young with the ball. Working on AI. Green, no luck. And they're running. And a wide open look for AI. No good from outside. Poked loose. Harris against Green. Young outside. Aldridge a screen. Clock at 6. Rejected by AI.
And that's AI saying, get that stuff out of here. Sending it back.
And up until very recently, AI was grinding away in the G League. And from what I hear, he made a lot of progress with his approach to the game and fine-tuning his skill set.
And more, Greg, there are players who just figure it out when they get in the G League. You wonder if AI is the next player to make a successful leap. Here's AI after the basket by San Antonio. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Well, AI loves this kind of challenge. Defender in position, skill set better.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Brett, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
Now Young following the three-point attempt by AI. Anderson can't get it to go. Ingram outside. There's AI with a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. AI's got 5 now. You know, Greg, when you talk about AI, you have to mention that he was playing in China before getting a chance here in the NBA.
And just reading about his time in China, it seems like that whole experience was a harsh dose of reality for AI that never quite felt at home. And while he did improve his game, I know he is glad to be back in the States.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Zubac is checked in for Lopez. Randall comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Ingram. And Ball subbed in for Harris.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
San Antonio with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. And Young kicks to Aldridge. Over Randall. Aldridge misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. Baby. 2 shots coming up.
And really have to respect AI's story, the way he got here. Highly recruited out of high school. Had to take some steps backwards before moving forwards, and look at him now.
And it's not hard to see AI out there in an NBA uniform and not be reminded of that huge dunk he pulled off while playing in China. I still remember that play going viral.
Yeah, Greg, he was the talk of basketball after pulling off that dunk, and it actually helped him kickstart his path to the NBA. It's incredible, isn't it, how a dunk can change a career. Randall against Ginobili to the paint. Laverne down low. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
AI in the post. He's covered by Ginobili. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul. Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
He hits both from the stripe. Platoon swap here for the Lakers. On the court for San Antonio. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the small forward position.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And Ingram is so graceful with the catch-and-shoot jumper. His lightning-quick release allows him to get off his shot in no time.
Here is Anderson. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Young dishes to Green. Outside Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gasol setting the pick for Young. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got 11.
Are you kidding me?
You're asking to get scorched every time you give Young that kind of space, especially off the screen.
Now, here's Young. He has 6. From beyond the arc, drains the three-pointer.
Get out of here.
AI's got the lead back up to 6 now for Los Angeles. And we don't have to tell you folks about just how important this final game of the regular season is. To put it in plain terms, win and you're in.
And for the Lakers and Spurs fans, this is what it's all about. There's just so much history between these two franchises. And even though this is a regular season game, it's got an air of a Game 7 feel to it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
Young's shot is off. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And yes, it's good. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
He kicks to Aldridge. Green, the screen. Poked away. And oh, here we go. Harris, nobody back. And slam dunk by Harris.
You just can't be relaxed around Harris. He's great at recognizing when to take risks and go for the steal.
Now, here is Young. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
Clock at 6. The high post shot. And that one hits back iron. Lakers leading by 9. Harris kicks to Kuzma. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Wonderful recognition there. When you leave someone open around Harris, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Young. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Their lead at 11 points to 4.
We're doing good.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Marcus Young really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out, and you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
They've got Harris. Ingram is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's AI in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron
Get out of
James.
here.
But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I
It
thought
was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
And we have so many great superstars, but you know, after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. That's good from Young.
Yeah, just no doubt that Young can score. I just want to see him add more wrinkles to his game.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Now here is Aldridge. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Green outside. Good on the triple.
When you're trying to space the floor, Green's the guy you want out there. The defense is forced to respect him from range.
Now here's AI. Defended by Young. Kuzma against Aldridge. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
The Lakers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Free throw good, Kuzma. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Josh Hart comes in for Harris. And San Antonio also making a switch. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green. And he makes both free throws. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line. A big factor in the outcome.
I'm just wondering if this home crowd and the energy worked against them in this one. They might have gotten in their heads just a little bit.
Seconds now into the second half. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 11 on the bucket from Young.
There's just no stopping Young when he's hitting like this. The basket just seems as big as the ocean to him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
Well, they certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor, it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better perimeter defenders since entering the league.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And Anderson kicks to Young. Pass to Aldridge. Back to Young. It's tipped. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. 3-on-3. AI from long range. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
From way downtown.
And Caldwell Pope and his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter player.
Yeah, I mean, he has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives a lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups when he's on the floor. Great instincts on defense, and it's very hard to shake as he'll hound you through screen.
So it's the Lakers now, following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. AI can't hit. Spurs trail by 16. Manu Ginobili on the wing. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Anderson the screen. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist from Young. And it's 6 points for Manu Ginobili.
Well, years of experience come into play, not only here, but overseas. Ginobili with perfect rhythm on the catch and shoot.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Murray, no good. Loose. Stolen by Ginobili, and Mills with a clear path to the hoop, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Was trying to get it in the ball down there.
Really a great free throw shooter. It's unfortunate Mills gets to the line infrequently, partly because of the minute.
The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference, and the early results look good, Brent. Do you ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Murray out there with Young. And it's Ginobili in at the small forward. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gay. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head.
Man.
It's a shot that you want to take.
I mean, you can rely on Young from the mid-range. This guy knows how to flat-out score the basketball.
Los Angeles.
All right, everybody, hold up. Hey, keep it tight. Don't let up on Marcus. You got that?
Yeah, we clear. I understand.
All right, man. Now, look, let's bring this W home. Bring it in.
Let's do it.
Ready? Great.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Randall. Pau Gasol is checked in for San Antonio. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to New Orleans. And the pass to Kuzma. Basket is good. The assist from AI. And the Lakers lead by 10.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
And Corey Harris, a star player in college, a very polished product when he came into the NBA. And he just looks like a natural leader out there on the floor.
Harris quickly becoming, Greg, one of the bigger names and stars in the NBA. I know this team was simply ecstatic to land him on draft day, and he's a big part of their future. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Gay. And it's Green and for Manu Ginobili.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Ingram kicks to Lopez. True on the 14-footer.
He shot a lower than average volume here tonight, but his efficiency doing it has helped the team build the lead.
Young outside. A floater rejected by AI.
Can't throw that weak stuff up around AI. He takes pleasure in swatting those away.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Rejected by Gasol. Anderson outside. Rejected by AI.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Lakers.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
You always need role players to step up and help, and it was no different in this one, as everything seemed to be clicking for AI.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
And if AI is familiar to anyone, you might remember him from his college days. Played a big role in a college tournament run not too long ago.
And unfortunately for AI, he got a little ahead of himself and declared after that run. And NBA scouts felt he just wasn't ready and ended up going undrafted. Just seems like he needed more time to mature. But I'm guessing he wished he stayed another year in college. And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Deflects the pass, and so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Takes a 3. That's good from Ginobili on the assist by Green.
Well, there's some experience there from Manu. Runs the defender right off the screen, then rises up and nails the jumper.
So it's Los Angeles
and
winning this one
win.
easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah,
zoned in
the
there,
first
baby.
step in becoming a
Let's
good
go.
team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season.
Hey, Big Toonie. Hey, I didn't think I'd see you here.
I'm here as a fan, not as a scout. Thanks for the show.
Hey, man, so what you think? Am I running yet?
Hey, this is just the beginning, kid. But you're going to have a lot of teams to choose from this summer. I'll make sure of it. Welcome to the NBA.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just here to check out the new talent. This is the future of the game right here.
Hey, stop recording my face, bro. This is your boy right here. This is a star.
AI, you had a tremendous game tonight, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come. And let's start with your name first, AI. What does that stand for?
What's my name?
Thought that was a pretty good game for the most part. That was a pretty good one. Ooh. You know what? The Lakers brought me in. And I'm going to stay loyal. We're going to play with the Lakers.
What it do, youngin'? Hey, appreciate you meeting with me.
Yeah, you can, thank my agent for that.
Yeah? He happened to mention why I wanted to sit down?
Nah, you know, just told me to keep an open mind.
So when you moving to a new spot?
Oh, you know, a couple weeks back.
I still remember my first check, man. Had the little Knicks logo on the top corner. Next day, I went out and bought me a watch or a Frosty. 3 weeks later, on the road in Miami, hit up Mansion post game, and the next morning, woke up. Poof. 200 large, gone.
You heard of insurance?
I thought I was gonna play forever. Like Vince Carter, collecting a paycheck and a pension. Last thing I remember was James Harden's grin. He hit me with that half cross, half carry thing he likes to do, and I'm waiting for the step back, and next thing I see, black. Woke up in Cedars. Mama was sitting there with a Bible on her lap while the doctor told her that I had hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Means my heart muscles were so swollen, blood couldn't pass through no more. Doctor told me I could never play ball again. It's the worst day of my life. The hoop was my identity, man. It was my reason. After that, man, I just spun out, you know? People try to reach out, you know, all the dudes from around the league that you'd expect. Oh, I tried to make me feel better, but I wasn't hearing them. Wasn't long before I was back in my mama's crib in Jersey. Same single bed, flat broke. It's amazing how quick the cheese melts. Humbling. Comes for us all. Matter of fact, I still remember the first time I saw you playing the Dykeman. You was a freshman. So cocky, you'd make LeVar Ball blush.
Oh, all right. So that's why you took my ankles, huh? Man, I remember. People still send me gifts of that.
That's why you so salty, huh? Man, you are competitive. I get it. No one likes to clown it. Man, the reason I did that, though, man, you was out there stealing my shine, man. I couldn't just relinquish the crown, man. It's Dykeman.
I know, man. They never let you forget.
Right? Man. So we good?
Yeah, man, we good.
All right. See, the real reason I'm here, man, I want to manage you.
Oh, okay.
Look,
Yo, man, have you ever managed anyone?
I mean, technically, you're the first player I've ever even approached about this. But wait. You know, the last few years, I was coaching AAU, and I was finishing up my finance degree. You know, I've been paying my dues.
I don't know, man. Like, what's an undrafted free agent even need with a manager? You know, agent and lawyer got me covered.
No. Listen, they're deal makers. I handle the day-to-day. I'm talking media, endorsements. For instance, how much you paying for this crib, huh?
I don't know, 6.
6. It's a new apartment building over on Park that's willing to let you live there rent-free if you just mention them on social media. I got a car dealership and a furniture warehouse that's willing to do the same thing. That's a new crib and a new car gratis. I mean, it might not be glamorous, but listen, you gotta think about this. Do you want to be the kid with the frosty wrist? or the one with the diversified portfolio, huh? Look, our paths wouldn't even pass the sobriety test. But we made it back. We're survivors. The real ones. Just imagine what we could do together, man. That's all I'm asking. Just imagine it, man.
Hey,
We'll take a deal.
You know what? I don't have to think about it. I'm in.